What's good, guys? It's CSG. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the biggest mistakes players make when they're playing Illuvium Overworld. Whether you're new to the game or you've been in the community for quite a while, it's very easy to fall into these traps and make mistakes that just make the game much harder for yourself. Let's go over some of the most common mistakes and how to avoid them. The first mistake is going in underprepared. What do I mean by that? In Illuvium, you actually can't change your deck or attachments to your drones once you enter the region. So it's crucial that you have the deck that you want, the attachments that you want, a plan of action before you make your move into the region. Because if you don't, it's only going to be a detriment to you and your experience. In order to do this, take a little bit more time before you actually jump in. Make sure you plan it out properly. Really make sure that you've got everything set out so you're not the guy that goes into the region and you're battling a low tier alluvial and getting your ass handed to you. Don't be that guy. The second mistake that I see a lot of players make is that they're ignoring lower tier or lower stage alluvials and only focusing on the big boys. And when I say this, I mean ignoring them on your own team. I see so often that players are going in trying to capture the biggest alluvials that they can so they can drop them all down. But the thing is, the truth is, playing the biggest alluvials is going to affect your dimensional stability, and this is not a good thing. Sometimes it makes sense to play the lower alluvials so you're not affecting the dimensional stability to its maximum. Just playing as optimal as possible, giving yourself more chances, more tries to capture the alluvials out there. Just because you have the strongest or the biggest alluvial doesn't necessarily mean it's always the right choice to make. It's important to know how your alluvials work together when constructing your deck. Don't go a full team of massive top tier alluvials just because it's not going to work. Sometimes mixing it up with a mid-tier or even a lower stage alluvial is the thing that you need to do to really take your game to the next level. The third mistake, and I have to admit I made this mistake multiple times, is not knowing where your shards go. And man, this is the worst. When you craft your shards in Illuvium, it's important to know where it goes. Many players make the mistake of thinking that the shard goes straight into the inventory after you forge it. This isn't the case. Your shard actually goes into your locker storage. It is a little bit cumbersome. It doesn't go into your inventory. It's something that needs to be changed as we develop the game. This can be very confusing for new players, but it's important to remember this in this stage of the game so you're not going out into the regions without these shards and just wasting your fuel, your time, and just your sanity. Make sure you go into your locker storage, take the shards out after you've cured them, and put them into your inventory. The fourth mistake is giving up too easily. And what I mean by this is it is difficult to get around in Illuvium. There are places you might think that are impossible to get to. They're just too difficult, especially in the early game. Don't give up. The developers have made the game and the levels in a very unique way that, yes, it's difficult to get to everywhere, but pretty much 99% of the area is all accessible. You just need to figure out how. Just because it's difficult doesn't mean you can't actually get there. Look around your environment. There are going to be some plants, some additional rocks. Take it in steps. You don't need to go from A to Z straight away. Go from A to B, A to C. Get used to the environment because more often than not, it gives you the way out. You just need to be attentive and look around and figure it out yourself. Don't give up. There's always a way to get to where you want to go. And this is so important. Don't be afraid to experiment and try different approaches until you find the solution. This is how you're going to get much better at the game long term. The fifth mistake, and again, this is another one that I have suffered from, is trusting your visor too much. The basic visor that you get with Nethersite is good, not great. And until you get the advanced and supreme visor, it's very common to actually miss out on a lot of the things around you because you're just zooming past it and trying to click on the visor, but it's not showing you what's right there. I see far too many players trusting their visor way too much, especially in the early game. And while your visor is a valuable tool for navigating the world, it's not always accurate and it can lead you astray. It's important to explore the environment on your own, go off your own judgment, and pay attention to your surroundings rather than blindly just click Q, see what you can see, and if it's not there, move on. Don't be that guy who gets lost, who misses out on opportunities because they're too lazy to actually have a look. Once you improve your visor, the game changes a bit. But if you're still on that basic visor, don't be that guy. Actually have a look. The sixth and final mistake, and this is a big one, I don't want to see you guys make this mistake. Do not, I repeat, do not use tier 0 shards on any other tier alluvials. Some people think that there's a low % chance of getting it done. I'm telling you, it is 0% chance. Do not waste your time by going into a stage 1 to stage 3 area using tier 0 shards. You are wasting fuel, time, and you are going to go crazy by doing this. Tier 0 shards are only effective on tier 0 alluvials. Do not make that mistake. All right, guys, that's the video. I hope you guys learned something. Go out there, destroy the game, and don't make these mistakes. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.